Have you ever had a quiet thought, one that seemed to come out of nowhere, but brought you peace, clarity, or a deep sense of knowing? You might have brushed it off as a coincidence, or called it a gut feeling. But what if it was something more? What if there's a sacred intelligence trying to reach you, not from outside, but from deep within? This is the voice of the divine. The divine is not limited to a name or form. It's the infinite presence that flows through all of creation. Some call it higher power, divine energy, universal consciousness. Others feel it as spirit, source, or the energy of unconditional love. It's the still force behind life itself, the breath within the breath, the silence beneath the noise. And when we learn to quiet the mind, we begin to hear it speak, not in words, but in wisdom. Today, we're diving deep into how the divine communicates through your mind, not in thunderclaps or burning bushes, but in thoughts, intuitions, and moments of still clarity. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might begin to see your own thoughts in an entirely new light. Your mind isn't just a processor of daily information. It's a sacred instrument, beautifully intricate and deeply attuned to the spiritual. Think of it as a tuning fork, sensitive to vibrations beyond the physical. The divine doesn't always need a voice to speak. Sometimes it's a shift in awareness, an idea that carries more weight than the others, a whisper that isn't audible, yet undeniable. When you're aligned with presence, your mind becomes like still water. And in that stillness, the divine can reflect images, guidance, and truths that feel like they were always there, just waiting for you to notice. Thoughts arrive with clarity, intuition sharpens, the chatter quiets, and something within says, "This matters." The divine often speaks loudest in silence. In today's fast-moving world, silence is almost rare. But when you give yourself the gift of it, real, intentional stillness, you open a door to profound awareness. The noise fades, and beneath it, a subtle, guiding presence is always waiting. Have you ever had a moment where a solution to a problem just arrived in your mind while you were doing something mundane? Or when you felt inexplicably at peace even in the middle of chaos? That's more than coincidence. That's spiritual clarity, an echo from the divine. This is why meditation, quiet walks, and simply unplugging can feel so restorative. You're not escaping the world. You're entering the deeper layer of it, the one where the divine dwells. The divine doesn't need words. Often, the guidance comes as a deep inner knowing. You just know something is right or wrong. You meet someone and feel like you've known them forever. You're drawn to a place, a book, a quote, a path, and later realize how perfectly it fits into your journey. This is intuition, not a guess or hunch, but a quiet compass that often knows before logic can explain. Science tells us our subconscious mind processes far more information than our conscious awareness. But beyond the science, there's something sacred here, a partnership between our deepest self and the infinite. When you feel aligned with that knowing, you're not just thinking, you're communing. You're engaging with divine wisdom that transcends time, culture, and even language. It's the same source mystics and seekers across ages have tapped into. There are moments, often unexpected, when the divine speaks so clearly through your mind, it feels like lightning. A breakthrough idea during a struggle, a sudden peace in the middle of grief, an overwhelming sense of purpose where there was once confusion. These aren't random, they're revelations. Many spiritual traditions speak of the still small voice, a gentle nudge, an invitation to take the next step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. That next step might not always make logical sense, but in your spirit, it feels right. These moments often arrive when we least expect them, after surrender, after tears, or in the quiet aftermath of a major decision. The divine meets us where we are, but always lifts us toward where we're meant to be. If the divine is speaking through your mind, how do you learn to listen more deeply? Start with presence. That means creating space in your day for silence. Not just quiet, but sacred listening. That can look like morning meditation, journaling, or simply sitting with your thoughts before the day begins. Journaling is powerful because it gives form to what's happening inside. Often, your hand will write what your mind didn't know it knew. You might discover patterns, messages, or clarity that seems to emerge from somewhere beyond you. Next, become a student of your own thoughts. Not every thought is divine guidance, but the more you learn to sit with them without judgment, the more you begin to discern which ones carry a sacred weight. Which thoughts lead to expansion, peace, or truth? Which ones feel rooted in fear, ego, or noise? Over time, your inner world begins to shift. You feel less scattered, more grounded, more in tune with the rhythms of your own soul, and the soft, persistent whisper of the divine. One of the greatest shifts in spiritual awakening is realizing that the divine doesn't speak to you like a distant voice. It speaks through you, through your mind, your heart, your body, your breath. You don't need to climb a mountain to hear it. You just need to come home, to yourself. Because when you really listen, you'll find the divine is already there, waiting, loving, guiding, always. The next time a quiet thought arrives that feels different, clearer, kinder, wiser, don't dismiss it. Sit with it. Reflect. Write it down. Ask it questions. The more you listen, the more you'll realize you're not alone in your thoughts. You're in conversation with something eternal, something sacred, something divine. If this resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more spiritually inspired content, and share this with someone who's been searching for answers. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Remember, the mind isn't just a tool, it's a temple. And through it, the divine speaks. Thank you for being here. Keep listening.